All right, guys, back again. This is Bob, and today I'm going to be talking about the Warlord. And so I had already done this video, and I really don't understand. About a week ago, I was trying to do as many videos as I could to try to get ahead in my schedule, and apparently I just kept fucking up. And I had like 2 or 3 videos that didn't record, or when they recorded, they only recorded certain parts. And then I had to try to maybe piece it together or whatever. So I'm not sure exactly what happened here. I didn't even, realize that one of the videos that I made didn't record. Like as I was like uploading everything to the computer. So I'm going to be talking about the Warlord again. So again, parents used to buy us a bunch of comics from anywhere they could, and I had a couple issues of the Warlord, and I remember looking at it, loving the artwork, but I always wondered, this guy here, right? Like, if we look at this guy is your fantasy adventure action hero, okay? He's wearing, like, this barbarian gear or whatever because he's basically nude, okay? But there's, like, a weird thing on him here, right? This is like a gun holster, okay? So it's like, why is this barbarian dude, why does he have a gun, right? There were issues that I would read where you would see that in the book that this guy would have a gun and is, pointing into people or whatever. And I just, here we go again. Here's the gun belt. Okay. And like, I didn't understand, I only had a few issues, so I didn't know the backstory that was going on here with the Warlord. Okay. I just remembered being fascinated with the artwork, fascinated with, like the storyline to it or whatever, right? It seemed like this guy here was smarter than everybody else in this land, that he seemed to know technology. So it was like, is it like a Buck Rogers type thing? Is he on another planet? Is he in a different dimension? Like, what was it? So it was kind of wild that he is a fighter pilot for the U.S. Air Force. And while he was flying this like stealth bomber or whatever, or spy plane, his instruments started to fail and he started to crash, but he went through a hole that took him to like the center of the earth, and the center of the earth is actually this like medieval type land filled with dinosaurs and people, and they have like civilizations and stuff. So it's like a bunch of different time periods kind of brought together, and he brought with him some weapons and such and things from the future, not the future, but from his world, which is, the future compared to them. And that kind of, with his knowledge and everything, kind of made him a force to be reckoned with. Also, time tends to run slower in this world, where in the beginning it was called Tartarus, and then it was changed to Scartarus, with an SK instead of a T. And I know that Tartarus it's just like Greek mythology. So I couldn't understand why it would end up being a problem if he used Tartarus, because there's like no copyright on that. But I think because this was brought out through DC Comics, there was some other title where that would have been conflicting. So they ended up changing it to Scartarus, so that it wouldn't, cause an issue with some other comic storyline or whatever. So yeah, but this is written, created, and drawn by Mike Grell. And Mike Grell's artwork, as you can see, is fucking gorgeous, okay? I'm in love with all of this. I love the style. I love the pictures, the artwork here. All of it. I get into this so much. So, again, this is a DC Showcase Presents, where it's a collection of the Warlord issues 1 through 25. As you can see, the thickness here, this was the first one. And again, it was like, I think, what is this? This one is $18, okay, is what it came out for. But now if you were to try to buy it, I think it was some ridiculous price, like $300 or $400 or some, I don't know. It's just up there, and it's being priced at an amount that it shouldn't be, again, for a reprint of comics. I just went to a comic shop, and at that comic shop, hold on, I'm gonna do this here. At that comic shop, I found All of this, all of this, which is the Warlord here, okay? Tons of issues here that I got these for 30 cents each, okay? And I have another stack that could be a little bigger than that. Again, for 30 cents each, I got a shit ton of Warlord comics, 30 cents each, for the original versions, colored. But this, the cheap reprint, is going for insane amounts of money if you were to try to buy it. It's fucking ridiculous. And I'm sorry, but, you know, I also, like, do retro video game stuff, right? I like that. And it strikes me as weird when I see things like, a PlayStation 2 being sold for like $200. Are you kidding me? That was the top selling console of all time. Millions and millions of them exist. It should never be more than $50 for one, even if it were in a box, okay? It's not that old. It's not that classic. It's not that rare for some of these things to be priced in the market that it was or whatever. There are, I bought an N64 for $20 that if I showed you right now would be like, it looks like it just came out of the box. And if you were to try to buy one now, it's like $200. So sometimes I don't understand where the pricing for some of these books come from, because it would deal on rarity, okay? And I don't believe that these books were rare. Like, I know that they printed a lot of copies of this, maybe not in the millions, but like my comic store had these available and had an entire section dedicated to these. And I was going in and buying one, like I said, like once every 2 weeks, I'm buying one or two of these things. And then they were, you know, gone because like I kind of fell out of it and wasn't collecting as hard as I was before or whatever. And that was stupid of me. I missed some opportunities. And now when I try to get it, the price is up there for no reason. It just doesn't make any sense. But anyway, yeah, so anyway, this is the DC Showcase Presents one. I'm going to show a couple more of these things that I have. I recommend it wholeheartedly. I love the Warlord. Now, I actually had done a video on the Warlord about like a reboot they did in maybe 2009. That was god-awful. I hated it. It was weird because it was written by Mike Grell, the guy who created Warlord. So I would have thought that it would have been good. But the artwork is subpar. I don't like that at all. The story was almost non-existent. Yeah, I just was not into that. But all of this, like earlier stuff and everything, right? Reading it from the beginning, it is action-packed. It is nonstop. And the artwork is just gorgeous to look at. This is like peak Mike Grell here. And I will at some point be going through Shaman's Tears from Image Comics, which was Mike Grell. I've got about 5 or 6 issues of that to go through. And the artwork looks great, and it's kind of a wild story for that. But, you know, I don't think it was really like what you would expect from Image at the time. And I think when it came to Image, if you were not one of these 90s superstar artists, then you weren't making it as big. Because, you know, that was the time where we were looking for the newer artists. We weren't looking for the older artists. But, you know, Mike Grell here, as you can see, he's one of the best. Like, all of this is just amazing. I love looking at it. One of my favorites. I'm, you know, being a big fantasy adventure guy and everything. So, guys, I want to thank you again for watching. Means a lot to me. If you like the video, please hit like. If you want to see more videos like it, hit subscribe. I'm going to be bringing them out on the regular. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.